we are. I was clicking on the wrong thing. Welcome everybody to the Initiative Order, and welcome to tonight's show. This is Vault, a Fallout TTRPG set in the Texas Commonwealth in 2177. Normally, this story for tonight's going to take place. It's an origin story that took place 5 years ago in 2172. But I am April Hill. I am the overseer for tonight's campaign. We are using the 2D20 system, the new 2D20 system by Modifius. So if you're interested in that, go check it out because it's amazing. You get to play the Fallout with your friends. So before we jump into tonight's game, let's go ahead and meet our wonderful players because we do have a special show tonight. We will start, of course, with Miss Peggy Sue.
Well, hi everybody. I'm Taryn Hackett, also known as Valrook across the socials. I am a generally creative human, TTRPG performer, and GM here on the Initiative Order. I GM Far Realms, a Cult Divinity Lost homebrew campaign, where I lead a group of lost souls through the ever-thinning veil, and we come back this coming weekend, October 24th, and we kind of wrap up chapter 1 and begin chapter 2 of Far Realms and see where these poor guys end up. I am also the creative behind Umbrella Oculus Dice. That is UO_dice on the Instagram. I have a Ko-fi shop in my link in my bio, as I do have like $15 to $20 off all of my in-stock sets right now because I'm clearing out, getting ready for holidays. So go do the thing.
I love your dice. I took your dice to a game I ran live for Wounded Warrior Project the other day, and I was like, "Look at how beautiful these guys are!" I was showing them off, so I love them. They match my hair.
They do.
So, all right, and of course, our special guest tonight, Ronin Fox.
Hey everybody, I'm Ronin Fox. You can find me at Ronin Fox on all the socials. I am a writer, world builder, TTRPG performer, streamer. I stream every week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, where I build my homebrew world of Valandrica and help other people build their projects out. And yeah, that's it. I'm pretty awesome. So look me up.
And you can also find Ronin playing.
I'm one of the souls that she mentioned before.
Yeah. Gold Divinity Lost show, as well as on Ekram, both of them on Ekram, over on DM Screenings channel. So that's amazing. Yeah. So, cool. All right. And of course, my name is April Hill. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram and stiletto DM on Twitter, as well as here every Monday night where we play Fallout. So, Vault. And Wednesday, I'm going to be doing an interview over on DM Screenings channel. We're just be talking about stuff. You can come in and ask questions, and we'll answer and hang out and chat. As well as perhaps I will get to play in the dark culty gamies. I'm so excited on Far Realms this weekend. So yeah, so really excited about that. So be watching for all that. Why do I keep having weird stuff? Like my background is doing weird things.
Because you've decided to come guest on Far Realms. Weird things are going to start happening. You're going to start seeing.
My background's going to get all spooky.
Like, you're going to start seeing moths all the time. Ronin is now plagued by them.
I don't even know what it's picking up back there. There's like nothing that looks like that back there.
Or is there?
No, there's not a human back there. It's freaking me out, man.
There's no intestines back there? Are you sure?
No, that's what it looks like, right? I'm freaking out. All right, let's go over a few announcements. Of course, we are sponsored by Session Zero Clothing. They make amazing D&D inspired streetwear, and you can use the code ORDER at checkout for 15% off. Norse Foundry, they also make beautiful artisan dice, and you can use the code TIO15 at checkout for 15% off. Roaming player gear, of course, our own .dm, where you can use the Carnaby 20 for 20% off, code word, for the Dice Tower tray combo set. And of course, we've got Mithril Armory, who just completed another Kickstarter for these beautiful new Die of Newt dice, and we just did a giveaway on our Instagram page for that. They are absolutely beautiful, and you'll be able to order yours soon. They also have beautiful shirts and all kinds of other fun TTRPG inspired stuff, so you'll want to go to their site and check it out. And of course, we appreciate any bits and subs and tips. If you'd like to tip tonight's players, we do split those tips at the end of the night. You can look at our Ko-Fi link below to do so, and we definitely appreciate that. We are gonna, we don't have all the players on tonight, but we're gonna go ahead and roll our intro because it's beautiful and it's wonderful, and we're gonna get a little wasted. All right, welcome back. All right, so like we said, tonight is the origin story. Let me change this up. Tonight is the origin story of Peggy Sue James. This story takes place in 2177, 5 years before our current campaign takes place. We are in a small town, well, former town before the war. Now it's really just a small settlement where Peggy and her family run a distillery and a small farm, a small agave farm. Peggy is around 18 years old. She lives there with her mother, her father, her two little twin sisters, and her uncle and her Meemaw. They also have several farmhands that help take care of the property, and recently just hired a new one by the name of Charlie Fox. Peggy, would you mind describing your family home for us?
Sure. So it's a super traditional, like Southern, like Western home. So it looks like a shoebox, but it's like a stacked shoebox. And it's at this point, it's just weathered like wood and logs. Like her dad and her Uncle Barney have just done everything to kind of rebuild it back. You can tell it was probably like a frame when they found it, and they just kind of built it back. It has the wraparound porch all the way around, like wooden log pillars all the way around. There's a window or two that are boarded up, but the rest of them have been like swapped out if they can be. And of course, like, so her dad is this kind of tall, slender, super ginger, like really broad shouldered guy, but he kind of looks like a T-post because he's just like really broad and like that big around. And then her mama, Emmy, is like maybe 5 foot tall, like this little bitty, just Southern belle of a woman, in all honesty. Same thing. She also, like, she has like brown hair, but always tightly braided back. She's always wearing just like dusty jeans. Even though she always tells Peggy to wear a dress, that she should dress more feminine, even though she herself is constantly wearing jeans, which is Peggy's argument against that shit. Her twin sisters are also redheads. They're 8 years old, super freckle-faced, like snaggle-tooth, really awkward. One has green eyes and one has brown eyes, though. And then her Meemaw is this little egg. Like, she's just like this little gray egg woman. If she could do the curlers and everything as they used to do, she would have the little blue hair do, but instead it's just straight, pin straight white hair, always wearing, like, constantly wearing like a muumuu, but she makes it look like day clothes anyways, because that's just who Meemaw is, and you don't argue with Meemaw. And then Barney is around somewhere. He is a chunkier guy, and is just kind of like the epitome of like a teddy bear in human form. Massive bushy red beard, but no hair on top.
So kind of like Barney the dinosaur.
Kind of.
That's immediately what I thought.
Okay. Yes.
All right. So your family has owned this settlement
for like forever, basically, since the like they've been since everything. Her family has just lived here. They've never left. Her dad is a very protective person. He's done quite a bit of traveling. He and Barney both have done quite a bit, delivering wares and making trades, and that's how they've sustained themselves. But like Peggy and her mom and her sister just haven't, especially Peggy, has not gotten to leave like ever. So she has grand, delusions of what the world must be, and it's such a big world out there, and yeah, we're that.
But you're not completely helpless. You help around the farm. You have been taught to wield a weapon and how to handle yourself if the need arises, which you have a pretty cushy life out here so far. Not so much. Nothing too insane's happened out here. So Charlie, you have been on the farm for a couple weeks now. You've seen Peggy about. You haven't really exchanged much, more than just a couple pleasantries. But today, Peggy, your father has come out and he said that he needed you to help with some of the chores around the farm, and you happen to be out in the fields helping gather some of the crops and whatnot. And Charlie, you just happen to be there in the same place, and nobody's really around. Y'all bump into each other. There's nobody else really out there. What do y'all have seen each other. Y'all have had a few pleasantries, but not really any other conversation other than that.
Who bumped into who?
Not really bump into each other, but you see him out there. He's kind of out there where you need to be, so you kind of approach him when he's working, and you kind of like start taking over. Yeah.
Excuse me. Actually, my daddy told me I'm supposed to come over here and start spraying for some of the boll weevils up out in here or something. He said something about weevils. I don't know, but you might want to clear out because I'm about to spray some stuff, and I don't know if your constitution can handle that.
By all means. Do you need some help?
No, I can do fine. As she's like trying to like look and walk, and then definitely trips like over one of the rows because she's like, no, I totally got this. We're fine. Everything's fine.
You see her stumble a little bit. She kicks up a little bit of dirt and dust, and the container that she's carrying does look a little bit heavy for somebody so slight of frame.
Yeah, I meant no offense. I just thought you could use a hand, and if I have to clear out, I don't have much to do. Like, busy.
I can handle it. And she's like, she's doing the double-handed like move 5 foot, set it down thing.
This is not a condemnation against you. It's just I feel inclined to help. Just I know you can do it. I want to.
Don't tell my daddy.
Oh, of course.
I'll do the spraying.
Absolutely.
She like kind of steps away a little bit and is like doing the awkward like staring off, because earlier that day her sisters pointed him out specifically to her, whereas she had not been like really paying attention, and now like it's one of those things where like all she can picture is her little sisters taunting her about it earlier, so she's just like looking away.
And even now, as you're thinking about that, and kind of looking off in the distance, and you kind of glance over at the house, and you can see that they're in their upstairs bedroom. They're like peeking out, like looking at you, giggling.
You got a fly or something buzzing around?
Yeah, there are a couple of them. They're real big.
I'm afraid I didn't. I haven't caught your name.
Peggy Sue. They're
Pleasure.
called Carl,
Charlie.
Charlie. I did not know that.
Well, now you do.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Sure. So where am I carrying this?
Well, we have to walk the rows
Sure.
for where are you from?
Oh, I get around. I just sort of hop around and look for work. Not really from anywhere.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm from here.
Is this
So I'd
you
not been anywhere else, really, actually.
never been anywhere but the farm?
Yeah, my daddy's real protective. I guess he was roaming around somewhere selling our tequila. I guess he's afraid I'm gonna run off with some musician or something. He heard stories or something coming from somewhere, and yeah.
He seems like a good man.
He's the sweetest. Don't let all the gruff, like prickly, fool you. He's actually like one of the nicest people you've ever met. Just so long as you're not my
I can
Uncle
tell.
Barney. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I haven't seen him much.
That's because he's usually drinking from the distillery.
Ah.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
not
like
much. Not
that's
much
all
for the
he
drink.
does. Me either, honestly. I mean, I can have some every now and again. I've definitely snuck some,
Sure.
but that's kind of all Barney does, and that's all my daddy does at the end of the day too. So it's just kind of.
Is it any good?
Oh, it's all I've ever tasted. But my understanding is that it's the best.
Well, maybe we could sneak some out sometime. Give it a try.
I mean, I could probably do that if you wanted. It's not. I even have some of our private stash actually. We keep
I
the
know
good
a good
stuff.
spot to watch the sunset. Done that a time or two here.
I don't think I've ever just sat there and watched, mostly because that's over the fence and
Sure, yeah, it is a bit away, but
Daddy's kind of.
it's a sight to see.
That could be cool. It's like
Yeah,
clearly
we should do
trying to like act all like, oh yeah, no, sure, I can totally.
As you walk along the rows, and Charlie is carrying the spray, and Peggy's going along and spraying it. You see from one of the rows, 3 rod roaches start skittering toward you. They are probably now about 10 feet away from you, so in the same zone as you. What do you do? And they look like they are angry, and they might start biting you.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Do you have a gun on you? You have one of your pistols on you?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I will say, what is your initiative, Peggy?
17.
Right, even at level 1?
Started out really high. That's
oh my god, your initiative is a 17? Holy cow, oh my god. Okay, cool. That means you would go first. Charlie's is a 9. Yeah.
Peggy doesn't do shit.
Oh my gosh, what did you roll?
18 and a 16.
Okay, so not a complication. Okay.
No, it's just 1 over to being able to actually
to hit.
It's,
okay,
yeah.
so you
That's okay.
So Charlie, you see Peggy drop the sprayer nozzle, take out the gun at her hip. What kind of gun is it?
It is just a pistol. Yeah, just like
A pipe pistol?
yeah, the pipe
Okay.
gun. Yeah.
Takes out her pipe gun and aims it at one of the rad roaches and fires off at it, missing it, and it starts skittering towards you. What would you do?
I'm gonna shout over to her. I never carry a gun, and I'm gonna pull out my tire iron and try to run up and hit it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 2d20.
Sure thing.
Just beating it with a crowbar.
You need
right.
a 10 or below, and the difficulty is a 1. So
I have a 17 and a 10.
Oh, perfect. So you hit. So, the 17 would miss, but the 10 would hit. So go ahead and roll your damage, which are the 3d6, and let me know if you get it.
Yeah, let me roll that here. Three, 2.
Oh my gosh. So 2 blanks. 2 blanks and 1 2. So you see, from behind you, Peggy, you see Charlie drop the bucket. He shouts at you that he doesn't usually carry a gun on him. He runs over with this massive tire iron. You can see as he raises his arm up and he smashes down into one of the rad roaches, and it goes flying, bits everywhere. You can see his muscles. He's very muscular, and he's got a little bit of sweat going on, glistening off of his body. You're not used to seeing this sight. The rad roaches will try to bite at. Oh, I got a nat 1. I can't make this up. I got a nat 1, so I got a critical and a 2 6. So I got actually 3 successes. So they are going to bite you, Charlie. Ooh.
Charlie doesn't. He does bite roach.
And now I'm dead.
Oh my god! I know, right? That's going to be 2, 1 blank, and okay, so 3 points of damage to your. Oh my gosh! It crawled up your torso. So you completely squished one of them. One of them crawls up your torso and starts biting at your bulging ab muscles. And bites at you for 3 points of damage. What's your health? 16. So. You're down to 13 health. The other one is going to start making its way towards Peggy Sue. I got a nat 20 and a nat 1. I'm going to re-roll that nat 20. I can't believe I got 2 nat 1s. Okay, yeah, that's definitely going to hit you. So that's, what's your defense rating, Peggy? A 2? Yeah, so I got 3 because of the nat 1. So that's still going to hit you. It's going to hit you for only 3 points. To your right arm. So one of them runs up at you. The other one runs up at you, bites at your right arm for 3 points physical damage. We're back up to you, Peggy. What would you do? Seeing that you're being bitten. He's being bitten, but he did take one out.
It's not. Is it on me or just around me?
It came up and bit you and fell back down to the ground.
Okay, I would like to shoot it.
Okay, go for it. Roll again.
Okay, that is a 1 and a 5, which that is a tag skill. So that is actually 4 successes that she's going to shoot this little bugger.
Yeah, you definitely get it, and your action points are full right now. So
5, 6, 6, but it's just a pipe gun. So
3, 5, 6, 6. Yeah, no. So 3 points of damage. Yeah, you the one that jumped. Were you shooting the one that bit you, or the one that bit him?
The one that just bit me, the little bastard.
Okay, so it jumps up, takes a bite out of your arm, falls to the ground. You take your gun after getting a little sidetracked by looking at Charlie. Take it, aim at this one that just bit you, and you fire off, and it splat goes everywhere. Charlie,
can I use an action point to take a second action?
You can. Yes, you can.
I would like to do that.
Oh, she's gonna show off. I love it.
Yes, I am. Ooh-wee. Okay, that is then a 12 and a 2. So that's 3 successes.
Okay, yep. That will definitely hit.
That is a 3, a 6, and a 5.
3 is a miss, a 6 and 5, so 2 points of damage. So you fire off a shot and you completely obliterate the back end of this rad roach, but it's still just kind of because roaches.
Yeah, they don't die.
So its head and its front legs are still just. Charlie, she has almost destroyed this other rad roach that's coming up on you and just bit you.
I'll try.
He is making That is the face she's making now that she shot it and it's squirming around. She's doing the one-legged like hop thing.
Ugh. Okay, go ahead and roll your 2d20s for your attack.
10 and a 7.
Okay, cool. 2 successes. So yeah, roll your 3d6 for your damage.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I hate this game. It's 3, 3, and 2.
I was saying 3, 3, so 2 blanks and a 2, which is 2. So that's good.
true.
You only need 1. So yeah,
Okay.
so you take the tire iron, you see what she's squirming about, because it's like half. I mean, they're big, they're like football-sized rad roaches, but it's still like squirming with its front legs and its front half, and you take the tire iron and bash its brains in. If roaches have brains, I don't know. I've never taken anatomy on roaches. I just think they would have to have some kind of CNS. So yeah, you completely obliterate it. And you are out of combat, but extra sweaty and extra alert and like, what the hell?
She is currently grossing out in like a little circle. Like probably the girliest thing she's ever done. But she can't help it. She's just like panicking a little bit of like, like just not a good time.
Charlie is going to take his shirt off, pull a casual, and just sort of,
Yep.
and sort of just start like inside out, and then start like wiping the excess guts off of his body. It's all right. I think they're gone now. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, that was not the
it
weirdest first date I've ever had, I guess.
date?
Yeah, well, we were here doing a little adventure. What would you call it?
Date's fine.
Yeah.
How's that bite doing? Do you need?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down for a second. I'm gonna go sit down.
Me too, actually. As she looks over and there's a rad roach bite on her arm. Ew. And yeah, so she goes to like she's gonna go to the barn where the distillery, it's like all of everything is set up. And she's just gonna go over to like where there's basically just alcohol, and she's gonna take some of it and pour it over the wound just to clean it.
Follow her, Charlie, to the barn.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you leaving the spraying equipment behind?
Yeah, I would walk it out to like the edge of the whatever row we were in, set it down, and then walk with him.
Okay. So yeah, you follow Peggy into the barn, and you see her pick up some of the like rubbing alcohol, right?
Basically, like it would at that point, at that phase, it would just be like super alcohol, like
moonshine.
Yeah.
Ethanol, like just
yeah.
You see her pick up a bottle and start pouring it over her arm. It's bubbling and fizzing up.
Do you want some?
Yeah. You're gonna want to wrap that up, I think, first.
Yeah. Here's the. Oh hell. She's like looking around, like, and just kind of goes over and just takes like some of the like any flour sack, anything, and is just gonna take it and kind of like wrap her arm a little bit. I really don't want to tell Dad about this.
Yeah. You can, if he finds out, you can just blame it on me. So it's fine.
What, you bit me? Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense.
that I allowed that to happen. I should have been quicker.
I mean, you attacked the thing. You killed two of them.
You're a pretty good shot, by the way.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, Daddy and Uncle Barney taught me, because there was
smart.
Yeah, that's what they said. And actually, one time there's this deathclaw that got real close to the fence, and Daddy and Barney were outside dealing with it, and I totally got a shot off in it. It was kind of fun. But
wow.
In
all my time traveling, I've never run into one of those.
Daddy makes it sound like they're everywhere, so I just try not to.
They're dangerous. You gotta watch, but everywhere it's a bit much.
Noted. I guess that means that I get to argue with him again, and he gets to take me to town next time.
So you've never been even to town?
I've been kind of like outside of it, like I could see it.
Do you ever wish you could go places?
All the time. But I mean, Mama needs me to watch the girls sometimes, and I think Daddy would have a heart attack. In all honesty. But I mean, I'm an adult now, so I mean, I know it's coming. It's just a matter of, I guess, when I can.
Yeah. You only got one life. Don't have regrets.
No, that's, yeah, I think that's kind of why Daddy and Barney drink like they do.
Yeah.
I think I mean, I know that Daddy made a good life for us here, but sometimes I wonder why he drinks. There's a story there.
Sure.
But
Yeah,
what, okay, no offense, but what the hell brought you all the way out here? It's kind of nowhere.
just
Work on
looking
a
for
farm.
work. I enjoy work. I enjoy meeting people. And yeah, there's something to be said about physical labor.
All of a sudden,
Kind of
you
resets.
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
All of a sudden, you see and hear one of the hose fall over from outside the barn. It's right by the door. And then you just see the edge of a skirt from one of your little sisters, and they you can hear some giggling from outside the barn.
Girls, I swear to God, I thought I done told you, and Peggy will start marching towards them. I thought I done told y'all to stay the hell up in your room. I do not want to chase y'all. There's some bugs out here. They're going to eat your toes.
Someone bit you. That's so gross. We were just wanting to see what you were doing. He's really cute. Have you talked to him yet? What's going on in there?
Don't.
I'm going to tell Daddy.
Well,
Tell Daddy. She won't tell Daddy. I'll make sure she doesn't tell Daddy.
If you tell Daddy, I'm going to tell him that you ate the last of the cupcakes last week and that you hid one under your bed and it got all moldy.
I'll tell him too. It was gross. It smelled so bad.
It did.
Don't tell him.
Also,
I won't say anything.
But seriously, there's some big bugs out there. They're going to eat your toes.
Okay. They both take off running, and they freak out and they start running inside the house. Daddy! Peggy said that there's bugs out in the field and they're going to eat our toes. That's all you hear. They run into the house.
I might have been able to handle that a little better. You didn't hear all that, did you?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Yes, they're just being pests. No pun intended.
I think you're cute too.
Thank you. She's like backing towards the door. Oh, hey, I think I heard my daddy calling. And she like whips around the other side really fast. But clearly, like, because there's a barn door and there's like a gap under it, like she's standing on the other side of the barn door. So like you can see like her foot line like coming through the light.
As soon as I think that she's not looking directly at me, I'm going to like let out a strong sigh because that alcohol burns like hellfire on my stomach. So
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you stand there and you start pouring the alcohol, wincing a little bit, while Peggy is kind of like being a little bit of a voyeur, watching just from outside. Is there anything else you wanted to do? Were you going to go back in, or?
She's just kind of like standing there and then like turns to peek to see if he's looking out the door. And she whips back and then just walks off very quickly towards the house.
Hey, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
What time did you want to meet tonight?
Oh, what time? Well, I mean, I guess what sunset sometime like 6:30.
Perfect.
Because me mom already have dinner off the table by 6 because they're already, I know them, they're already prepping it right now. Me mom can't help herself. So
Yeah. I'll be waiting by the gate.
by the gate. I will be there and I will bring that bottle because I can do that. And she's just like awkwardly, almost finger gunning, like walking away back to the house. Like, yeah.
As you get to the house, you can see that your mom and your Mima are getting everything prepared for dinner for the evening. Your uncle and your uncle is in the living room. He does have his drink on. Your dad is trying to console your two little sisters. And as you walk in, now Peggy, what in the heck are they talking about? You said there's bugs out in the field going to eat them. Or what are they talking about? Ain't no bugs going to eat you.
There are two. I was out there spraying and some stupid radroaches came up out the ground and bit me.
Oh, well, they're not going to bite. Well, they're not going to bite you, girls. Don't worry about that.
Well, and I shot one, and then Charlie saved my life. He killed out the other two.
I'm sorry. Who now?
Charlie.
Oh, the new hand that we hired a couple weeks back. Yeah. All right. What were you out in the field doing with him?
He was helping me hoist around the tank because it was all full, and I could handle it, but when it's real full.
All right. Well, well, you need to be a little careful around. I mean, yeah, I know you're coming. You're at an age, and you can see your mom kind of like listening and peeking around the corner. Like, what are y'all talking about? I understand that you're at an age. Oh, quit hassling her about that. She needs to have some kind of social life. We keep her locked up all the time. You need to let her have a little bit of fun, let loose. She can talk to boys if she wants to. Yep. I mean, but they work here now. Like, just.
I'm not talking to no boys. He's just helping me out. And like I said, if he hadn't been there, I might have been in a bad place with the buggy. And I might have been missing toes.
He immediately, like, these sisters both like look up at you, look down at your feet, look at the bite, and then they go screaming, running upstairs. Now look what you just did to your sisters. You know you can't be talking about stuff.
I mean, that just made mine and Mama's job a whole lot easier because they are not going to leave their room for like 3 days.
Yeah, well, that's true. But all I'm saying is just, these fellas, they come looking around random work. I mean, I don't know much about him. I mean, he seems like a nice enough guy and whatnot, but just don't be running off nowhere alone with him. All right,
well, I would never do that.
All right.
I mean, you know me better than that, Daddy. I'm in bed half the time by 6:30.
And he takes a swig of his tequila out. Well, yeah, all right.
And you keep that up, you're going to be in bed by then too.
Well, I do an awful lot around here. I do a lot of work. I deserve a good night's rest and drink now and then. It's
that you do. Did you get yourself your cactus, or do you want me to grab you some?
Oh, if you would be so kind.
Yeah, she's just going to go into the kitchen. And of course, there is fresh cactus that has definitely been brought in from somewhere. And she's just bringing him a few pieces of it and encouraging a little bit of like even fixes the drink for him and is like, there's more alcohol, Daddy.
That's my girl. Teaching you the family business. This is the right way to drink it. This should be the only way you drink it.
I mean, it does taste better when you do that.
It really does. It really does. Who'd know? So he takes his drink, not the cactus. Ash has bad memories of the cactus. You sit down. So he carries on. He drinks, finishes his drink. You go in, help finish setting the table and doing everything that is needed around the kitchen, your family sits around the table, has a pleasant dinner. You can see that your sisters are still kind of wound up from the toe biting incident, looking at your bite. And Clara kind of like leans over to you. So what were y'all doing in the barn? We didn't get to catch all of it. Did you kiss him yet?
No, I didn't. No.
Are you gonna
Not
kiss
yet.
him? Are you gonna?
I don't
Are
know.
you gonna marry him?
Maybe I will. I don't know. So what if I do? You're a pain in my ass. You know that? I love you though.
I promise I won't tell Daddy nothing. I'm sorry.
That's okay. As long as you don't. No, we were cleaning our bites because I didn't want to get all infected and gross.
Were you cleaning his bite?
No.
That's good.
Thought about it.
Yeah. I promise I won't tell Daddy nothing. I promise.
I believe you. Do y'all still want me to tuck y'all into bed tonight?
Yeah. And could you make sure that the windows are closed? Because
those things don't come up. They don't come up the side of the house.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
With your arm.
It did bite my arm, but we killed him. Charlie killed him too. And worst case scenario, what I'll do actually before I hop into bed tonight, I'll take that poison and I'll go by the window over there and I'll spray so they won't go up the wall.
But on the outside because it's really stinky. I don't like the smell of it.
Oh yeah, no, I'll do it outside. You would do that inside, make you sick.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, that you could do that. That sounds good. I'll make sure Jenny doesn't tell anybody and Daddy anything either. So.
Okay. Make sure y'all's window, but you will want to close the blinds. You don't want to see. But just it that way. If they don't see you either, it helps. If they.
You can see she's thinking about it for a minute. And then her fear sets in a little bit, and she's like, "She's probably right." And then, yeah, no, we'll definitely close the blinds.
Yeah, that's yeah. So like, as Peggy is like after dinner, Peggy is like helping clean up the table as per usual, and she's like closing the blinds and like the curtains, and like just nonchalant, just yeah, going about. And goes into the secret store that only the family knows about, and like takes one of the like mid-size little bottles and kind of like tucks it into her like button up, and is like doing the like walk around with like a slight hunch because she's got it tucked into her belt line, and so she's like kind of walking around like with the baggy shirt, like being sneaky. Yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna go turn in.
All right, yep. Not.
Love you, Dad. Love you, Uncle Barney.
He's like,
yeah,
he's passed out. He's you can see his big beard and he's got drool coming off of it. And he's feet propped up on the makeshift coffee table, just completely passed out.
Oh yeah, well, and she'll go over there noticing that he's asleep, put out his cigarette, close his Zippo, and then like go up the stairs. Before heading up the stairs, she gives her Meemaw like a really big hug around the neck and just heads up and out her window.
All right. Meanwhile, all this is happening. Charlie, after you have finished cleaning your wound and dealing with, or finishing putting up all the equipment and all of your day's chores, you go out to the, basically the farmhand. There's like, y'all have your own little section of another barn that's been set up into several different like beds and stuff. It's almost mostly like an open room, but some of you do have like sheets and whatnot set up, so y'all have somewhat of privacy. And one of your friends that you've known for quite a while that came here with you sees you come in. So saw that his name's Ricky. So saw that you were out there with the farmer's daughter in that field, huh?
Yeah, we were just getting acquainted.
You getting in good with her to get in good with the daddy?
No, the dad already loves me.
Well. When the time's right, we'll be able to take over this place. He's kind of like keeping his tone really low. You just gotta wait for the right moment. But
Or created.
some kind of distraction. She ain't you sweet on her or something?
She ain't bad.
Well, she ain't gonna be a problem when we, do what we do, right? She ain't gonna be.
Nah. She carries a gun, but I don't think she has it in her.
Yeah, she's a tiny little thing. She's a pretty little thing too.
Watch yourself.
Hey, you never talked about it like that with any of the other girls before. I'm just saying.
Anyway, I gotta go somewhere soon, so
Yeah, well.
just keep it quiet.
I
Head
ain't
down.
gonna say nothing. Just be ready. Remember what we're here for.
Oh, I haven't forgotten.
And he settles down into his bunker and he pulls out a Grognak comic book, one that he's read billions of times, starts fingering through it as you head out.
I'll be back. Maybe late. Shut up.
Let me know if you need any help.
No, not from you.
Yeah. So you make your way out to your meeting spots. So it's you can probably get to. So you were wanting to go to kind of like outside, like the edge of the field, right? So I mean, your property is quite large. Your fields are quite large. So and this time of year, it would be already getting pretty dark for Texas around 6:30. So as it would be you're probably in October around this time of year. So you'd be getting out there. It's already starting to get dark. There's still a little bit of light left, but who would be there first?
Probably me, because I didn't have like a big meal or had to sneak out or anything like that. So
That is also true.
So so Peggy, you start approaching, and you can see the silhouette of Charlie just off in the distance as you walk up.
Evening.
She drops a pebble that she was holding in her hand as she was definitely thinking about throwing it at him. She's real grown up.
We may need to hurry if we're going to catch the end of this sunset.
There's a loose panel in the fence right over here, and she just briskly runs over and kind of moves one of the sheet metal over slightly, and it's like kid size basically, so like it's clearly somewhere that she found when she was a kid, and she just kind of like doop right through.
So yeah, y'all squeeze right out of the property. Do you get much off of it, or how far would y'all be traveling? Just walking? Is there a particular destination, like a little, like a field, an
I was
open field?
thinking like, yeah, just kind of like a sort of flat area with a rock that we could kind of put our back up against to kind of watch the sunset over the
Okay.
horizon.
Yeah, there would definitely be plenty of places in Laredo for that. So yeah, you find a good flat open spot that's not too far from the farm. So you're not going to travel out too far. Okay. And you find a good spot to rest and kind of just be out of view from anybody, like any prying eyes, off the road a little way, so you can have a little bit of privacy. You sit down, you find a good comfortable spot. As the sun is just barely, it's barely it's barely visible over the horizon at this point, as the sun is setting, and you can see all the different colors in the skies. You can see already above you, it's starting to turn a very dark blue and the purple, and the sun is giving that little shimmer. It does the glow of yellows and orange, and just very beautiful, a beautiful warm night for October.
So you're telling me you've never come out here and just watched this?
No, not just to watch.
Sometimes it's nice to appreciate the natural beauty of the world.
Yeah, I guess I don't do much of that anymore.
I guess it could get kind of repetitive if you're always in the same place.
Well, I think I just get stuck in my head a whole lot, like
That's fair.
daydreaming and kind of silly stuff, I guess.
If you could do anything, what would you want to do?
I think I just want to travel. I just want to see everything. Eat different foods, maybe. Try different drinks.
It is a wide world.
I hear some crazy stories coming out of like back Vegas way, and I don't know. I'm not really scared of much, but I think I'd want to do that. Travel around. Maybe buy some new records for our damn record player, because we got like 3 of them in there. And I gotta tell you, as much as I love Buddy Holly.
Yeah. Do you see yourself traveling alone?
I think I used to. I don't know. It was kind of like a figment, because I guess I just never really thought I'm actually going to get far away from here.
Sure.
And I don't know, that's not such a bad thing, I guess. Like, I love my family, and
Yeah, of course.
but I don't know. I think I would like to not be alone.
Sure. Yeah, I've traveled a bit, never really leaving the state too much, but what I've seen makes me just want to kind of see more, you know.
I kind of feel like after a while maybe it all looks alike. I don't know. I mean, we've got books that me ma had of, before
Sure.
everything, and I kind of wonder if anything looks like that anymore. I doubt it.
I guess that might be kind of the fun of it all. Just going around just to see.
I think so. I like not knowing, I think.
Well, Peggy Sue, that is a wonderful dream, and I think I will take it for my own. I agree. I want to travel the world.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't share for shit. I was alone a whole long time by myself, and I'm only gonna warn you. I'm gonna warn you now. My mama said I could start argument in an empty house. So if you want to argue, I'm probably gonna win.
Yeah, I got a small glimpse of your stubbornness with that sprayer earlier, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. It makes for good conversation, particularly on long journeys.
What are you getting at there, mister?
I don't know. I'm just saying it might be kind of fun. Just to maybe not far for first, right? We'll go somewhere close just to get our feet wet, maybe.
I could manage that. Maybe.
I've been
if
to
you
Dallas.
promise,
it's real nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
The pictures they showed me don't look.
Well, it's just there's more to see than flat land. So
that I do believe. There's like looks around it like desert. But you gotta make me one promise.
Oh, anything.
you have to concede now and accept that I win every argument, and I am never wrong.
Of course, I would never attempt to disagree with that.
Okay.
Okay.
And she'll kind of like scooch over just a little and like elbow.
Now about this world famous drink I must have.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And she like lifts the shirt, pulls it out of like her pants right there. It's like, it's a little warm.
Sure. So we just drink straight from the bottle.
I mean, is there a better way? And it is
some real cowboy shit.
Well, have you met my daddy?
Fair.
Pops the top, takes like a quick drink, and like does her. I'm gonna roll for it. What is he? No. 2 1s. She takes that drink and just keeps a straight face, even though on the inside she's dying and
it's burning. It's burning so much.
Hands it over. Oh, now, Charlie grabs like a piece of cactus out of her pocket. Here.
Oh, thanks.
Now, Charlie, you've been very observant. You know what the cactus is for. But being the person you are, you let Peggy explain.
Yeah. What do I do with this?
So you take your drink and you bite into your cactus.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. I did mention I'm not a big drinker, right?
You did. Okay. I mean, I'm
so
not either,
no
but I clearly really held mine. Yeah, so.
You set a high bar, so let's see how this goes. And he'll try to take a drink and bite a cactus.
So yeah, this it tastes really, really good. You've seen her dad and her uncle drinking and doing this, but you let her show that she's in charge and that she knows, and you give her that little bit of control. And but yeah, it is definitely delicious. It's one of the most exquisite things alcohol wise that you've ever tasted before, and it kind of solidifies in your brain, this should be yours, and this is what you all have come here for. So
I will not take it well on the outside and just start coughing and that's like fire that burns worse on the inside than it did on the outside earlier today.
Well, that's what
they drink that all the time.
They do, especially Uncle Barney.
Mm-hmm.
Barney, I'm pretty sure that's just, we have coffee and he just drinks that.
Yeah, I've heard people doing that. Makes no sense to me. That is
no
acquired taste, I guess.
Like I said, I'm not a big drinker, but occasionally when we're having some, manage to get a hold of some steak or something, it goes real good. Especially when Daddy he heats up this disc and throws a bunch of meat and some of the vegetables that we can find up in there, and Meemaw can still make tortillas, and it's really good.
Well, maybe that can be a third date.
So was this number 2 then?
Well, yeah, the rad roaches were first, of course.
Some really weird date planning.
It's some real cowboy shit.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I don't know. We killed some stuff. Now we drink some stuff.
Oh my God.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah.
Sounds like something my daddy and my mama did, though.
Yeah.
So it starts to get darker. You can start to see the stars come out. There's a little bit of a chill in the air now. It's not as warm, and it's definitely, you can just feel the still of the evening. There's not really a wind or anything, and the stars are just coming out very big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas here. But it is quite dark now at this point.
Well,
Yeah, I don't want to keep you out too late.
well, you're gonna have to escort me. I swear to God, if I get bit by another one of those roaches.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's head on out.
You make your way back to the edge of the property, and you can see the house there. There's still a little bit of a light from one of the living rooms that it's pretty common that that's left on, as you do have generators and whatnot. But one of the lights has been left on in the living room, as there are people passed out asleep there. But all the rest of the house seems to be dark and quiet, and you don't see anybody out and about.
Well, how do you feel like the second date went?
Oh, I thought it went fabulous, but I will concede to your opinion.
Look at you learn quick.
I do.
It went pretty good.
I thought it went well. Good enough for a third?
I think so. Now, I got a favor to ask.
Anything.
I'm gonna need help getting up over the edge of this porch here, because if you can give me a leg up, I can just go in my window. I mean, Daddy and Barney are probably passed out in the living room, but Meemaw's got
Case.
Yeah, she hears everything somehow.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
She'll
Here,
walk
do you
over
wanna
there
put
and
this
start to.
back in your pants?
You can keep that one.
Oh, okay. Well, appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. And she'll like go to motion to like have you help her up.
Upsies.
Yep, uppies.
Go ahead and do an athletics strength test, which will be, it's a 7+3, so you're so roll 2d20 and your target number is a 10 for Charlie. So 2d20s.
Okay, 16 and a 7.
So you start hoisting her up, and yeah, you pick her up. You can get her up, and she kind of like scrambles.
She absolutely like real quick as he's like lifting her, like steals a kiss on his cheek and then like goes all the way up, just like okay, and then like climbs up and just like does it so fast that like it's like complete nerves, and just like goes up and then just books it to the window. Like,
Hi.
but
Oh my god.
to the window.
So Peggy, you steal that little kiss on the cheek, peck on the cheek, climb up, scamper up to your window, get inside. Charlie, do you just turn and walk away?
I'll linger for a minute. But yeah, I'll turn around. Walk back to my abode. Drinking the entire time, by the way.
Oh. All right, Peggy. So you lay in bed, you get ready for bed, and Charlie, you make your way back. Ricky is completely passed out. He's got one of the magazines just covering his face. You also have another friend that was there that he was not. Oh my gosh, my cooler. Hold on, let me see if I can fix that. One of the other friends that you came with, another fellow you came with, his name is Morty.
Okay.
No, Ricky, Morty, it's fine.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I figured. So Morty, he's awake. He wasn't there previously when you were talking to Ricky. So where you been so late?
Been out. Enjoying the sunset.
With some fine tequila, I see.
Yeah. Here, you can have the rest.
Oh, hell yeah. Thanks for hooking me up. Where'd you get this?
Yeah, it's good. It's part of the family's. It's good.
Yep. Just think this is all gonna be ours soon.
Yeah.
Well, Just gotta find the right time.
Just need to stay low a little while. Just keep working.
Yeah, keep our heads down. Establish our. Gotta make them think that we're trustworthy. One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just don't raise any alarms.
Yeah. You don't think they're gonna know that this was missing?
You might want to get rid of the bottle when you're done. Perhaps throw it over the fence or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You sure you don't want no more of this? This is good.
Nah, I've had plenty. I'm going to bed now.
All right, well.
Early
Busy
morning.
work. Busy day tomorrow. And you can see he stays up for a minute, but he finishes off the rest of that bottle pretty quick. Then several more days go by. Several more micro little dates, micro transactions of affection, and the two of you start getting quite sweet on each other. You're more familiar, you're more comfortable around one another, and you're full-blown courting at this point. And one night, as per your usual, you find yourselves sneaking out again, just like you have for the past several nights in a row, just to have a moment alone to talk and dream about getting out in the world and what you would do and whatnot. You meet Charlie at the edge of the field again, going out to your usual spot, and Charlie, of course, is waiting there again with some various wildflowers picked. Yeah.
These are for you.
Thank you. That's
No problem.
a little unusual for you. It's usually a smirk and...
Well, I don't know. It just feels like a special occasion. We've been doing this off and on for a little while, and just felt kind of right to kind of change it up a little bit.
I can appreciate that.
Do you want to go out to our usual spot?
I sure do.
Okay.
What are you up to?
Enjoying the company.
I mean, me too. And she just like, she's awkward, y'all. She's awkward.
All right, so we'll go out to
And
that
Charlie
same
definitely
sort of rock
looks, yeah, he definitely looks cleaner than normal. He looks like he made a little bit more of an effort with his appearance, although he usually looks pretty good for you. In your eyes, he usually looks pretty good, but he looks like he really made an effort in his appearance this evening.
So I was thinking, which is very rarely a good thing, I think, but I don't know. I was out here the other day working away, and it just kind of hit me, you know, we have such a short time here that and we just never know what's going to happen. So I always try to make the most of my given time, and I enjoy giving that time to you. And I don't know. I just kind of hope you enjoy giving your time to me.
If you can keep a secret. Yes, I do.
I don't want to pull you away from your family. I know how dear they are to you, and I don't want to do anything that would be ever against your wishes, but I don't know. I just keep every day out in the field or when I'm laying down, I just keep thinking about how amazing it would be to travel with you, just roam from town to town and eat food and see things and talk to people and just kind of live that life.
I do the same thing, but with you,
Yeah, I understand. So I have a question that I'd like to ask, and maybe that can help get the ball rolling, as it were, on some of these dreams that we seemingly share.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlie's going to get down on one knee. And now I've been on the farm the entire time, so I don't actually have a ring yet, but Miss Peggy Sue, would you make me the happiest man ever? And would you marry me?
I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. And she just like dive bomb, like tackles, does like the tackle hug thing. Like, also, I don't need a ring if she's like sitting there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd like to get you one, or at least some sort of memento. But it's just been a lot of work.
Yeah, no, I understand. Oh no, you're gonna have to ask Daddy.
Yes, that was going to be the next conversation that we should have about how to have that conversation. Again, I don't want to do anything that would upset you or your family. I mean, if it meant it, I would just stay here for the rest of my life. If it meant spending that time with you, but I would at least like to try to see the world.
I think, yeah. I mean, at some point it's my life too, and they may just have to accept that I'm gonna leave sometimes. Doesn't have to be forever, but
and we could come back as many times as we need.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing to say that we can't come back.
Right. Nothing. It's still going to be a hard conversation.
Yeah. But, I mean, I've told him you're like real respectful and that you're just really nice and stuff. I haven't told him about this sneaking out and
sure,
that,
yeah.
Obviously, that's not going to be a thing.
That'll come up probably in some way.
Yeah, he's going to wonder when we've been, you know what? Just tell him we've been talking at work or something.
Right, just out in the fields, because I have been trying to work real hard for him and make sure that his farm is successful. So
yeah, exactly. See, and you're learning real good on all the stuff that we do here. Mm-hmm. So like you've just about learned all of the processes and all the stuff.
Yeah. So
yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And if it's not, we'll sneak out.
Cowboy shit.
Cowboy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should probably do that tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we should do that tomorrow. I mean, unless you're wanting to wait forever. Not that I'm like in a hurry. If
like a Band-Aid. Just we'll just rip it off.
Yeah. Like a Yeah, that. Okay.
So y'all bask in the evening and the rest of the night, just planning and talking about your new engagement and future plans and the little flirting and comments and excitement and nerves of trying to bring this up to the family later, but you enjoy the rest of your evening and your time together and realize that it's going to probably be morning in just a couple hours. So you should get back home. You sneak back in, as you always do, back up the window that you've done so many times. And this is where we'll go ahead and take a little bit of a break. Congratulations on the engagement, Peggy, Sue, and Charlie Fox. Yeah, so we will see you all back in about 10 minutes and we will find out what happens from here.
It's all good. Everything's
It's
good.
all good.
It's a Taryn backstory, so it's happy.
Yeah, we're gonna have a beautiful wedding and it's just gonna be fantastic. Just
That's it. So it's
like
done.
always. So, yeah, stay tuned and see what happens next. right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around with us. So this we thank you again for the raid. We really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. This is Vault. We are doing Peggy Sue's origin story. So this is a little side story about the character, one of the main characters in our show Vault, which is a Fallout TTRPG set in the Texas Commonwealth in 2177. So this was 5 years before. This is explaining what Peggy Sue went through and how it changed her and developed her as a character into what you see now in our campaign. Now that her full backstory is out and everyone's backstory is out, we're doing this. So it's really fun. So before the break, we saw Peggy Sue and Charlie Fox they had started, there was a young romance blossoming. Charlie had just been hired on as a farm hand for a few weeks at the James farm, and Peggy had taken notice to him, and they finally bumped into one another. Thanks so much, Josh. They finally bumped into one another and got feelings. They caught some feelings, and after a few weeks of sneaking out of the house and sneaking some shots of tequila and talking under the stars about getting out of here and seeing the wild wasteland of beyond, Charlie popped the question, and Peggy excitedly accepted. Now, they haven't told the family yet, but that's going to be a whole other story. So the morning after, you get a couple of hours of sleep. Both of you get a couple of hours of sleep. Charlie, however, in the morning, Ricky and Morty, they ask you how it went, and if you asked the farmer's daughter to marry you.
It went just as I planned.
Yeah, well, we sent out and we told the rest of them to be ready. That when this goes down, this will be the perfect opportunity. I think this will be the perfect opportunity. We can take over everything. They're not going to be expecting it. They're going to be celebrating the wedding. So, you ready? You can be prepared to do what needs to be done. I mean, you could keep the girl for all we care, but as long as we take the farm, take out the big man, you know?
Are you questioning my authority?
No, sir. No, just make sure we got the plan down. That we're gonna do what you told us we're gonna do while we're here.
I will do what I need to do. You just do what you need to do.
All right. Yeah. No disrespect. Just making sure we're all on the up and up about the plan, what we're gonna be doing.
Absolutely. But
Right, cool.
if you want to send word around, do not do anything to Peggy Sue.
Yeah, right. I ain't gonna lay a hand on her. Everybody else is fair game though, right?
Yes, I couldn't care less.
Right. When you're ready to get rid of her, I'll take her off hands. It's fine. I don't mean no disrespect. I'm just saying.
You would do well to keep your head a little further down.
All right. So back at the house, everyone's up. Breakfast is everyone's getting breakfast ready. You can see some of the other workers around the farm have already are out in the fields and picking some of the crops and getting everything ready for the day. What would you like to do? Are you sleeping in? You only got a couple of hours sleep, even if you weren't able to sleep at all.
Yeah, she kind of sleeps and then wakes up and makes her way downstairs because they're a loud household. The only people that are quiet in the morning are basically Peggy and Barney. because Daddy's already barking orders. Mima is telling some story from when she was a little girl that doesn't make no sense. Her mom is yelling at the girls are yelling at each other, and so there is no sleeping in. So she makes her way downstairs, and she's kind of like and she just sits next to Uncle Barney, like in the living room with her cup of coffee, and is just like kind of dying a little bit.
Give me a little splash of that in there. Can you just put a little splash of that coffee right there in this cup right there?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Hey, Uncle Barney.
Yeah, sure.
Is Daddy in a good mood this morning?
Good as mood as he ever is, I guess.
That's good. Okay, good noted.
Wow, you got something going on with? Seem awful more nervous than usual.
Can you want to keep a secret from Daddy until later?
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell him nothing.
Well,
count on me.
I think Charlie's gonna come talk to Daddy.
What do you want to talk to your daddy for?
Well, when two people...
Oh, Lord, you pregnant? Oh,
no, hell no. God damn it.
I mean, you're older. You better not be. But I'm going to tell you, Daddy.
No, I ain't dumb. God. No, I ain't dumb. Just been talking.
Don't tell your mama that. She pregnant around. Don't talk to you.
I didn't do that. All I said, he was going to come talk to him because he's interested.
Interested
in marrying me.
Woo, we gonna be celebrating. I'm gonna bust out all the good shit. Okay, we're gonna do it right up. You show it.
I mean, he's working hard out there. I mean, you've seen him. He seems like he cares a whole lot. I mean, like I said, he's learned all the processes this week, and I mean,
seems like a nice enough guy, I guess. Got all them bulging, rippling muscles. You like that sort of thing.
Well, Uncle Barney, I feel like you're a little biased in that situation.
I was a strapping young gentleman in my day. Don't let this beer belly, well, it ain't beer, tequila belly fool you. I was a looker.
I mean, I believe it. Daddy was too. So is Mama. But also, he's nice, and we actually we were talking while we were working, and we have a lot of the same goals.
Wait.
And he admitted that I'm always right, and that's really what matters.
Well, I do love to see young love. You gotta be careful with them. These Roman, this wandering man. You know what they talk about? That old song.
Yeah,
the one that the river. You know that one? I like that song. The one the river.
I know. It's because we only have
around.
That's because we have 3 albums. One of them's Buddy Holly. One of them's Dion and the Belmonts, and the other one's Buddy Holly. And I'm aware.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
you gotta watch out for this mouse.
But he told me he'd be willing to stay here for the rest of his life if he had to.
But that's good, because this is family business. You the oldest one. It's gonna fall on your shoulders soon enough. So
yeah, I know. I don't know. Maybe we'd go vacation sometime though. It'd be fun,
Vacation out the wasteland. You gonna go to Florida or something? Get you some shit. I think that's what they used to say. I've seen some brochures and whatnot. People go to Florida.
Yeah, but there were a lot of stories. People not wanting to go to Florida too, though. People seem to steer clear, and I don't think my opinion's going to change on that one. I think I want to steer clear right now too. And Oklahoma, to be fair, both places we just don't go there.
Ain't nobody gonna go to Oklahoma. Ain't nobody like that place anyway. Ain't nothing to do there.
That was a Terranism.
Same.
And then Peggy will get up, go hug her Mima real tight. I love you, Mima.
No, what are you doing? I'm giving me all love at this time of morning. Good morning. You seem awful chipper.
I am a little bit. I've got a visitor coming later.
Visitor from who? You got one of your friends from town or something? Girls?
No. Charlie's coming to see me later. Is Daddy in a good mood?
Charlie is now. What? That phone hand, that boy? He coming. Oh. Honey, you gotta slow down.
Well,
But
it's not that fast.
Child, you're so young. You got plenty of years to live, even out in this wasteland. I mean, life expectancy is
not great, and I don't ever get to leave here. And I mean, okay, I saw you peeking out the window the other day at him when he was out there in the field.
Girl, oh, I mean, because if back in my day, you'd have some competition, some friendly competition, but
yeah, I know, Mima, you were.
I rode him back into sunset. Lord have mercy.
Mima, oh my God. But that's perfect. She's just that's perfect.
I got all your sayings from someone, and
yes, she did. Mima, I thought you said your body was like a dimple. What the hell?
And he could come worship at it any day he wants.
Mima, as Peggy makes her way onto the porch, just like. I assume Daddy is sitting out there smoking his cigarette, like he does.
He after getting barking out the orders for the day and getting some early morning work, and he's taking a little bit of a break. He does have his little glass, his little highball of a little bit of Y'all's Reserve, and has his old cigarette in his mouth. Well, morning, sugar.
Hey,
What
Daddy.
you got going on?
Just hanging out. How you feeling today?
Yeah, well, just trying to get everything harvested up before the freeze comes, and so weird. It's been a good year. It's been a good season, I suppose.
It's been a really good. It's been a good. Exactly. We got good workers. It's been a good year. Peggy's like looking kind of like expectantly in the distance, like really hoping, because she's being horrible at keeping a secret.
What you going on about, girl?
Oh, no, I was just thinking we've had a good time. Oh, look, there's Charlie.
Yeah, hard worker. He's a good one. That one.
He is. He's a really good worker. The other day he helped fix one of the sprayers, and I didn't even have to show him nothing.
Good. It's good. Finally hired me some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, how's it going there, son? What you got? Morning,
sir.
Want to smoke?
Everything's going good. Yeah, sure.
All right. He pulls out an old pack of cigarettes, hands you over one. My fine man right there. Just smoke.
Always prepared.
True sign of a man.
So, yeah.
You got something to say to me, boy? I just spit it all out. What's going on? Looks Peggy. Sure. What's going on here?
Sir, I couldn't help but notice over the past several weeks, how well you maintain a family, and I wanted to say that I'm very impressed, and yeah, you have good people here, and I appreciate you welcoming me into your home.
Hard worker, appreciate you, what you do around here.
And he saved me from those rad roaches.
I ain't, you could, yeah, you could have handled yourself. I've, you know, taught you shot shoot.
She's a hell of a shot.
Damn straight she is. That's my girl. Oh, you know, people think you, you know, especially a man like me on the farm wants a, you know, boy, wants a son, but hell, with Peggy, I was blessed with both sides of the coin, man. Girl could shoot.
Yeah.
You know, she could cook, she could clean, she could work out in the field. She's gonna be a mighty fine wife for somebody. She's gonna be a mighty fine business owner someday. She takes over this place. So yeah, mighty proud of my daughter.
Yeah, I definitely see those traits as well. And I know this may come as a bit of a surprise or what have you, but I've recently taken a bit of a liking to your daughter. And like I said, I see those same qualities in her that you do, and would love the opportunity to start a family and keep over them much in the same way you did with
Now,
your.
Peggy, are you pregnant? Hold up, right the minute there.
No,
No, Daddy. No.
We
All right.
have gotten to know each other.
You can see he was like, he had his
weeks.
hand on his gun, like he was about to something. I'm looking at y'all like, what?
No, we've spent time together getting to know each other and found that we have quite a bit in common and care for each other. And maybe perhaps with your blessing, of course, perhaps getting married and signify that relationship.
Oh, hell. Mama, you better get on out here.
Well,
Peggy done found herself a suitor. And your mom comes out. What is this you're talking about? What's going on out here? Peggy, oh, well.
Mama.
Ma'am.
What is he getting at? What's your daddy getting at here?
Charlie, we want to get married.
Oh, Samuel. She's like, you can see your mom, she kind of like kicks him, and your dad is still like, he has his hand on the gun. He's just like fingering the trigger, just like you can see he's contemplating, thinking about it, and he's looking at you, and you can see he's thinking real hard in his head, like what's he's gonna do. And finally she kicks him. Well, I mean, you know, I'm not stupid. I've seen the way that you two look at each other. I mean, I remember we were young love too once, and I mean, I can't keep you sheltered forever. So I mean, it's not like we've taken you out anywhere. Peggy, you sure? I mean, no offense, Charlie. You're fine, gentlemen, but I mean,
I'm pretty sure we have a lot in common, Daddy, and I care about him a whole lot.
And I know my kind comes with certain stereotypes, but I can assure you that your daughter would always come first.
He did also tell me that I'd always be right.
Of course.
See, he can't be all that bad. You could learn a thing or two from him, Samuel. I'm just saying. Well, all right then. Well, Mr. Fox, was it?
Of course.
Guess we're planning ourselves a wedding. Gotta break out the good stuff. And he extends his hand out to you. Do you shake it? You shake his hand.
Of course. Yep.
And you could he does the dad thing, the macho thing where he squeezes it a little. How about you do a strength athletics?
No. Please
Okay.
don't have a limp
Contested.
handshake. Use an
We'll do
action
it.
point. I
No,
don't
I will.
care.
Yeah, I will appropriately respond.
It's 7 point. So you got a 7 target number. Well, actually, we're doing contested. So I will set your target number for. Wait. No, I rolled. Yeah. Okay. So just tell me what you roll.
13 and 18.
13 and 18.
Use your luck point. Use a luck point. Reroll.
Yeah, you
Reroll
can
one of those?
re-roll one of those.
Yeah,
Yes.
let me do that.
I got a 1 as well.
I mean, he gonna crush your hand.
I got
You
an
got-
18 again.
So
You have no hand.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So Samuel grabs your hand and he squeezes it real good. He tries to establish dominance over you. Like I may be old, but I'm still her daddy, and he gives you that real strong handshake, and you're not quite able to match it. Whether you're doing it out of trying to show him and give it to him, or if he really is
A little bit of both,
stronger than
probably.
you. Yeah. So he might be a little bit stronger than you, but
It's
everyone
like, need a few more years on the farm.
yeah, he's been holding on to them ropes and whatnot, swinging some axes. So, but yeah, he gives you a handshake, and your mom just grabs onto you, Peggy. She just wraps her arms around you. Oh my goodness, we're gonna be planning a wedding. I'm so excited. You know, I think I got the perfect dress.
Do you?
I mean, we've been saving it, your grandmother and I. So I gotta go take a look at it. You want to come look at it? Okay, come on.
Okay, let's go.
All right, you guys, y'all stay out here, talk. We'll be back. And y'all run upstairs, and everybody, your grandmother and the girls, everybody's really excited and doting on you, and just everything starts. Everyone just is really excited, and of course your grandmother goes up and gets the dress, and needs a little bit of altering, but I mean it's perfect. It fits beautifully, and it's everything that you could want. Outside, Sam kind of sizes you up and down, and you got a family out here, just you. I mean, yeah.
It's just me, but I don't mind, finding work, and I don't even mind staying here and helping you on the farm if that's what it takes. I'll learn a living.
All right. Well, you surely have been helpful around here. I mean, I'd hate, Peggy does have a life here. She will be taking over the farm, family business someday.
Sure.
So, I mean, better not be taking her off anywhere far from here. She's got a life here. she doesn't need to be out on the road and just trying to make it from town to town. It's a dangerous place out there. You know this.
You think I'll have any luck convincing her to do something she doesn't want to do?
She's as hard-headed as I am. Good luck with that.
Yeah. But I'll try.
Something she did get for me. Yeah. All right then. Well, suppose they ain't gonna want to linger on this plan too long. They'll probably have it set and planned within the next day or two at least. So
Probably.
I mean, hasn't something this exciting happened since? Well, it's been a while. So
Sure.
take care of my daughter though.
Absolutely. I do have a question. As I just alluded to, I don't actually have any family or permanent residence around here. Would you mind, or do you even have maybe something a bit more formal for me to marry your daughter in.
I might be able to come up with something. I mean, you're a little bit.
Sure.
I got some stuff. So yeah, I'm sure we could come up with something make you look real nice. And
Probably in Barney's stash from when he was like 20. Before the.
Yep. So the rest of the day, just is a whirlwind of celebration and planning and decorating. The twins have gone out in the fields and picked a bunch of wildflowers and are setting them up in various vases and different garlands around the house and just getting everything nice and beautiful and set up. And your Mima is tirelessly working on the dress, making sure that it fits just so that it fits your frame. And your mom is cooking up a big meal, getting everything ready for the next day. And of course, everybody's working around the farm, cleaning up, making everything look really nice out in the backyard, just for the ceremony and getting everything nice and perfect, as this is like the biggest celebration anyone's seen out in this area for a while.
Little bit.
Yeah. Is there anything in particular you guys would want to do during these moments of planning and chaos?
The evening, I would definitely tell Rick and Morty about everything and that it will be happening tomorrow.
Yeah, well, as long as we're allowed to be close by, we'll be able to take care of you, boss, and make sure everything goes by smooth.
It's wide open. Shouldn't be hard to see.
We're gonna sneak in the rest of the guys and probably be hiding out in the barn during the ceremony and whatnot. But when you give us the signal, we'll bring them out.
Sounds good.
You're about to be a married man.
During the evening before, yeah, right, sure. During the evening before, Peggy will just mostly be spending it with her sisters, and just kind of like, even though it drives her nuts, she'll be playing dolls with them and like kind of still comforting, like, and telling them like, just because I'm getting all married doesn't mean I'm going anywhere. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna still be here for y'all, and we're still gonna be best friends like we've always been.
I mean, you're still gonna live here with us, right? It's not like you're gonna go live like anywhere else, right? You can't play like, Charlie's just gonna like move into the house, right?
I think for a little while we might go on vacation some. We talked about adventuring a little bit, but we're not gonna stay gone for long or nothing.
Can we go too? Please.
I think
please. We could go with you.
Maybe when y'all get a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
That way y'all can hold a gun too, because Dad's got to teach you to shoot.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, I guess I'll have to, because I mean, I'm kind of a better shot than Daddy. Let's be honest.
Don't let Daddy hear you say that. Yeah.
No, we don't say that to Daddy. But and then she holds up a wrist that has like their friendship bracelet on it that's like just random shit. There's like everything from like screws to like nuts and bolts and like actual wooden beads, just whatever they found. Like I said, this means we're best friends and I'm not going anywhere.
You think someday when we get older, we'll find somebody that will, want to marry us too?
Well, of course. Y'all are absolutely stunning. Of course. Y'all are gonna be prettier than me. I'm gonna be fighting them off with a stick. Any guy try to come date you, though, they're gonna have to get through me, and they're gonna be having it way worse than I did.
Yeah.
But also, if they happen to win your heart, they're gonna be damn lucky.
Yeah. I can't wait to be older and get married. That's gonna be so fun. I think so. Hope Daddy won't like. I'm surprised that Daddy didn't shoo him out of the house.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised that Daddy didn't at least try to shoot him once. Like, even as a warning shot, I think it's because Daddy was having a good morning. So if you do meet somebody in the future, just make sure that Daddy's in a good mood.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
But just don't stay gone long, okay? Because we'll miss you.
I won't. No matter what, no matter how far I go, I will always be coming back. Because family don't stay apart that long, and I love y'all.
We love you too.
And she'll like give him a big hug and then basically head on into her room, like kind of just hanging out for that evening and go about the normal routine. Just like she will sing to them before they, like, as she's getting them ready for bed, and she does sing the "You Are My Sunshine" to them and closes the door behind her, goes on.
They're asleep in their rooms. And everything starts to get a little bit quiet, and everybody's really exhausted, and they know that tomorrow's going to be a very big day, so everyone's turning in early for the night. Would you be sneaking out this evening, or are you going to?
She will go to her window and see if Charlie is sneaking out, basically.
I'm trying. Yeah, he probably would. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So he will be at the window at least. He won't be near the fence,
Yeah.
but he'll be at the window.
Yeah, that's what Peggy's just gonna kind of sneak down from the window. Well, we got to keep it honest on at least the night before the wedding.
Of course, yeah. I don't want to keep you. I don't know. I kind of wanted to see you one last time.
Well, you act like I'm going to my death funeral tomorrow. What the hell?
No.
Or maybe it's the death of your freedom. Is that how this is going now?
No, none of that. Just as a James. About to take on a whole new Monica.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
I guess that is a thing.
And I just want to see you.
Smart ass.
But I don't know. Probably should get some rest. It's gonna be. I mean, judging from your mama, it's gonna be kind of crazy tomorrow.
Yeah, Mama got real excited because she gets to put me in a dress.
Sure. Yeah, she looked very excited.
I have not worn one of those since I was like 12. Okay, so she's really excited. I take that back. She made me wear one on Easter, but after that, I snuck pants underneath them, so I didn't really,
So we're all in for surprises.
We are. Well, good night, Mr. Fox.
Good night, Peggy Sue James. And I'll give her a kiss, and then I'll walk.
Yep. Comes back up and does the like teenager in bed thing of just like falling, staring at ceiling for a while before the next day.
All right, and of course, there that night, the rest of the crew that is there, you will see that they've stockpiled a few various weapons. They have been bringing in weapons and stashing them. Some of the rest of the crew because not all of the farmhands are part of y'all's gang, but so y'all kind of stayed to yourselves, but the rest of the gang has not arrived yet, or if they have, they are not in the farm yet. They've kind of laid low and they're outside of the farm. But the next morning, your mom comes to wake you up, and your grandmother. It's time. Good morning. You're gonna be married today.
Mm-hmm. And then Peggy runs to the bathroom and vomits.
Oh, now why did you have to talk to her like that? You know she's gonna be a bundle of nerves. Well, just
I'm not nervous.
There's no, and your grandmother comes in there now. There's nothing to be nervous about. It's going to be absolutely wonderful and beautiful, and you're going to be such a good wife, and and eventually a good mother, and just y'all gonna take over the farm, and everything's just gonna be beautiful. And he's gonna make just a good husband. I can feel it. I can feel it.
Yep, staying on the farm forever. And
so they start getting you dressed and getting your hair ready, and the girls come and the twins come in, and of course they're really excited and they're running around and they're dressed up. And your mother and grandmother, after they finish with you, start working on their hair and getting everyone ready in the house ready. And Samuel has brought out to you some clothes to wear, Charlie. Yeah.
I want to know how ridiculous this clothing looks.
How old is it? How bad does it not fit?
It's a white button up, that a pearl snap, but it's very worn and yellow. It used to probably at one point be just pristine white, but just the age and whatnot of it, there's no getting it back to that white color that it once was. It's still just got this yellow tinge to it, but it's still in pretty good condition other than that. And the pants fit you somewhat. They might be just a tad bit short, but for the most part, it's a comfortable fit. So
This is perfect. I appreciate it immensely.
Well, about to be my son-in-law, so gotta make sure that you look good for my daughter. So
Sure.
now, y'all gonna be staying at the house tonight, or you gonna go out and find a place to camp? Or I just so I'm aware and I know what to prepare for and how much tequila I need to be drinking for. You understand?
Sure. I hadn't truly thought about that, if I'm being honest. I figured I'd leave it up to her, and it's just like she said, she's going to be in a dress for the first time, and maybe we'll stay here or maybe we'll go out. I'm not sure. It's going to be a day of surprises.
One of the happiest surprises of her life, I'm sure. So I got all the good stuff out, and the wife prepared a lovely meal and got music, and my brother, he can make some music when he's not had too much to drink. So
Sure.
Music might go down as the evening, winds on, but yeah.
Sure.
So, all right. Well, I'll be give my little girl away, and I'll see you at the altar, I guess.
Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it.
And he walks away. Okay. Is there anything in particular, anything else that you would like to do or say before the wedding, Peggy?
I think she as they're getting ready, she loves all over her mom and her sisters and her Mima, and just kind of is just soaking it all in, but it's just spending a lot of that time just bonding and just doing the morning wedding things of it's the girl time. She actually does her hair up, puts it up in her pigtails just to kind of show off more of the dress, because otherwise her hair runs clean down to her butt. If she didn't do something with it, there was gonna not be a dress. So she just kind of pulls it back at least a little bit. And she begins to walk downstairs.
All right. Downstairs, you see that the girls have made beautiful garlands, and there are flowers everywhere, wildflowers, and everything just looks beautiful and smells nice for the wasteland. Your father is standing at the base of the steps with your mother and your grandmother and your uncles out there, and the girls, and several of the farm hands have gathered around the house at a tasteful distance. As this is a family occasion, but they are there out of respect for your family. And of course, your mom and your grandmother and the family, they have prepared enough food for everyone as a thanks and celebration, as they are with that Southern hospitality charm. And Charlie approaches, and your father has you stand across from one another and opens the good book as a Southern father would, even in the wasteland, out of tradition, starts reading from the good book and goes through loving one another, taking care of one another, sickness, health. Is there anything the two of you wanted to say to one another before?
I did not have vows prepared. No, April.
I wasn't gonna make you RP that, but I was like, maybe they did. I don't know. I didn't know.
Peggy's like so nervous, mostly because her whole family's standing around and she's gonna kiss a boy in front of her family.
Okay.
She's like,
so he does the whole repeat after me vow thing. Then instead of your own vows, he does the repeat after me. Your mom and your grandmother just like crying and tearing up, and so and your dad is too. You can see he's got a little bit of a tear in his eye. And he looks very. You haven't seen him or your family this happy in a long time, and you yourself have this happiness in your heart that you haven't felt ever. Not this type of happy, not this type of joy. And you're standing across from the man of your dreams, the man that you love. And your father says, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss my daughter.
And I will. And as I pull back, I'll sort of grab her wrist, and I'll yell out, it's time to do some cowboy shit. And I'll pull out my gun and I'll shoot her dad right in the face.
Roll your attack, please. 2d20.
Okay. Two 2s.
Oh, shit. Well, I would say that you're probably taking the aim minor action, so I would assume aim at his head. Roll your damage, please. 3d6.
5, 5,
all
6.
three. Oh, I was gonna say it's all threes.
For all 2s, that would be, oh my gosh. You pull out your gun, signal after kissing your new bride. You pull out your gun, signal your gang, fire a shot in her father's face. And the expression on his face of joy and happiness completely fades into utter shock as blood runs down his face and he crumples into a heap on the ground. You can hear, Peggy, all you can hear is the gunshot ring out, blood splattering all over you and your dress from your father, your mother and your grandmother screaming, your twin sisters screaming out. You can see men rushing over. You can see all you hear is screaming and gunfire as you see your father fall to the floor, and then Charlie grab you and pull you up and hoist you over his shoulder and carry you into the house. And eventually the gunfire and the screaming stops from the outside of the house. But the screaming inside the house, you're not sure if that's coming from you or it's coming from, it's a blur. And we'll fade to black there. And we would also like to take a moment. We don't normally touch on sexual assault or abuse in our TTRPGs. In fact, that's a red line for most of us. However, it is important to bring light to these situations because there are people that go through things like this. And we just want you to know that you're not alone. And we are going to post a link in the chat. So if you or somebody that you care about deeply are going through physical abuse, please reach out to Rain. They're a great organization that can help you get the help that you need and get you through things like this if you need. So please know that you're not alone, and that there are people there to help you when you need it. So never alone. So the next morning, the rest of the evening, the rest of the day is a blur. The wee hours of the morning before the sun has rose, Peggy, Charlie's passed out. You can see several bottles of your family's tequila sitting on the nightstand. He's completely passed out. And you managed to get some kind of sleep, or you passed out in the middle of everything. You wake up and there's all silence and quiet around the house.
So Peggy, dead silent, completely like just dead face, will get up and like begin to walk through the house quietly, past like the room, like past her sister's room, seeing like raiders crashed out, walking further, seeing just, I mean, obvious, like there's just empty liquor bottles. And so she walks towards her Mima's room where there is a raider crashed out in there as well. And she just calmly and quietly walks over to the jewelry box on the nightstand and opens it up and pulls out the James family photo that's like folded up, and it's really old. It's like got her daddy when he was a kid, and she folds it up, puts it like just in her like dress line, pulls out a locket from her grandmother's nightstand and puts it on. It like opens it up. There's a picture of her granddaddy and of her and her sisters on the other side. Closes it up, grabs like a bag out of there real quiet. Of course, I mean, like they're so passed out that she's just kind of
you can see empty bottles of tequila everywhere, all over the house. The food that had been prepared, there are empty plates and bits of food left over all over the house, and raiders just laying everywhere.
She just kind of like calmly walks downstairs, goes into the pantry where she knows there is a false back, and opens it to where all the really good shit is, which is still lined because nobody knows about that cabinet. She takes out a bottle, pops it, takes a really long drink, and then will take her time and opens each and every one of those bottles, pouring them on the floor, all the way up the stairs, down the hallway, takes the last bottle, pours a little bit, takes a drink, takes it with her, walks over into the living room to where Uncle Barney had been earlier, and picks up his Zippo with the big B engraved on it, puts it in her pocket. She picks up her daddy's hat, grabs one of the dining chairs, and walks out the front, lights up one of Barney's cigarettes, and sits there for a minute, just kind of taking in like the cool air, is just looks at the house and then chunks the butt into the house, starting the fire as she has her daddy's gun, Miss Cindy Lou, and has Cindy at the ready.
And as the house starts erupting in flames, it's a massive, just huge fire, smoke, and old wood burning. You can hear screams start to come from the house as raiders are being burnt alive. Charlie, upstairs, you wake out of your stupor, and you realize that the house is on fire, and you start running down the stairs to get out. And as you run out the door, you can see several of your comrades that are completely burnt to a crisp or on fire, trying to put themselves out. But you run past them, trying to avoid the flames and trying to get out of this hellish inferno. You can see a silhouette of Peggy sitting just outside, just beyond the porch.
I run out.
as soon as you hit the doorway, that is a 7 and a 6, which is a tag skill. So that is 3 successes.
Or are you taking a minor action?
That was center mass.
Okay.
That's the first perk I ever took. Yeah, and this is say hello to Cindy Lou.
That's some damage.
Oh, it is some damage too, because there's not a damn blank in them. That is 1122666 with 1 piercing.
That's 8. That's 9. I think 9 plus 1 piercing, which completely, his physical damage resistance to his torso is a 1. So it's 9 damage to his torso. His hit points are 16.
Yeah.
So you take 9 points of damage, you inflict a wound, because it was over 5 points. You inflict a wound to his chest, so he will start bleeding out from his chest. Charlie, you start running out of the house. You see the silhouette of Peggy, and then all you hear is boom as a gunshot goes off, and you're hit directly in the chest, but not dead.
Okay, well, I would imagine I fell down, so I'll be on the ground.
Peggy will walk up with her bottle of tequila.
You are a bit stronger than I anticipated.
She will take another big long drink, and she dumps the bottle over his head and his chest, lights up a cigarette. Looks at him, and like a tear starts to like actually fall, like she actually starts to cry, and chunks it and turns and walks and just doesn't look back.
Charlie, the fire completely envelops you. Yep. You can smell your own flesh burning, all the hair on your body, just the scent of it, the scent of burning hair and flesh just envelops. I know you're beautiful, dude. And just completely invades your nostrils, and you feel unimaginable pain that you've never felt before, until you don't feel anything at all because your nerve endings have been fried. And you fall to the ground screaming and pass out completely. Everything goes black. All you see are Peggy's boots, and dirt being thrown up from her footsteps as she walks off into the distance. And Peggy takes off, and less than an hour later, the Desert Rangers, who weren't too far away, they were conducting business in the area. They had made their way to the house, seeing the smoke. There was Marcus, his best friend, Saffron, the leader of the Desert Rangers at the time, and a couple others are all there. Saffron sees Charlie barely breathing, kind of gasping for air. Marcus comes over, kind of looking around. What the hell happened here? You think it was raiders? And Saffron kind of looks at him. Yeah, perhaps farm. They target farms and whatnot. She kind of looks at him sideways because she knows. She knows his family has a farm too. Up north somewhere. He has a family just like the family that lived here had a family. Yeah, Marcus, why don't you go around and see if there's any anybody that's alive. See if there's any witnesses or anything like that. We'll take care of this side. And Saffron has a couple of her friends, a couple of her people come up to you. Damn it, Charlie, what the hell happened here? This is supposed to be easy for you. She injects you with a stim pack. Well, not a pretty face anymore. Guess I'll have to find somebody else to secure this deal. Dumbass. Y'all come pick him up. Take him out of here. If he survives, we may still have some use for him left. If he survives. And they carry you off, bandage you up, and you do survive. But you look quite a bit different than you do now. Peggy takes off, thinking you're dead, thinking everybody here is dead, and that she's avenged her family. She eventually starts working as a bounty hunter of sorts, taking up odd jobs, looking after especially the ones where hurting women is involved, and families. And that is the story of Peggy Sue James Fox. Rather, they did say I do. They did exchange vows, and he's still alive. She's not necessarily a widow. As we all know, in Vaults, Charlie is out there. Charlie is alive, and Peggy knows it now, and she is after him. So thank you all for coming out tonight and getting to live the backstory and the origin story of Peggy Sue. It was a pretty sweet love story until it wasn't. But thank you all. Thank you for letting us bring awareness to this type of situation, because it is unfortunately too common situation that a lot of people go through. So again, please reach out to somebody, even if it's somebody that you trust, or RAIN, or an organization like RAIN. Please just find somebody, because you don't need to go through that alone. So tune in next week, because we've got oh gosh, let me look, because we've had to change the schedule around a bit. I think it's Mark.
Is it Marcus or Utime? Because I think it might be Ash.
Yes. Next week we get to go through Ash, the origin story for Ash, the quasi super mutant hybrid, and Vault 42. So you're gonna get to hear more about that. So that'll be really interesting. So thank you again, Ronin, for special guesting, and Peggy for making this awesome character and backstory. I guess go ahead, Peggy, tell us all your things and all the stuff.
Yeah. So first of all, I also want to say that Ronin is basically my brother, and so I feel comfortable role-playing with Ronin, and also he's a really nice person. He always just happens to play the villain, but he's a really, really nice person, you guys. I can vouch. But yeah, Taryn Hackett, also known as Valrook across the socials, generally creative human, and dice maker, UO_dice on Instagram for Umbral Oculus Dice. There is a link in my bio for merchandise and my dice shop. go check it out. I do have a sale going right now to make clearance for holiday sets. Every other Sundays, coming back this Sunday, October 24th, Far Realms, our Cult Divinity Lost homebrew campaign. All the spoopy good October fun as we wrap up our first chapter and bleed into the second one. And I promise you don't want to miss it because I got a good guest on the Donna April. And then again, every other Tuesday, Ecriom Expeditions over on DM Screenings channel. I play a weirdo. And then obviously Vault. So do the things. And then, like I said, Ronin's a good person and we love Ronin.
Speaking of Ronin and how awesome of a person he is, somebody when he's playing Charlie,
Yeah.
talk to us. What you got going on? Tell us all about you and everything.
I'm Ronin, and I'm cast as default villain everywhere I go. No, I am Ronin Fox. You can find me at Ronin Fox on all the socials. I'm a Twitch streamer, and I am a writer, world builder, TTRPG performer. Yeah, it was fun. It's cool to play the bad guy sometimes, but holy shit, he's a terrible human being. So I want to get out of that skin real fast. But yeah, I am one of the aforementioned souls that is on Far Realms. So that'll be on Sunday. And then every other Tuesday, you can find me on DM_screening channel for the Ecriom Expeditions, where I play a wizard who is also a very broken person. So it's what we do.
Broken as Charlie.
No. I meant like Peggy, not like Charlie.
Peggy broken. Not Charlie broken.
Like Charlie. Yeah, no.
All of
Charlie
Taryn's
broken.
characters are broken.
Yeah,
I'm an Epsilon.
Yeah, we're both former emo kids.
Yeah.
Former.
Same.
Yeah.
All three. Like all of us.
Hey,
Yes.
see?
Yes.
It's not
What's
a
it?
phase.
Yep.
It's not.
We still got it. It's all good. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you again, everybody that came out. I'm April Hill. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram, stiletto DM on Twitter, and here every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. where we play Vault. And over the next, so today and then the next 4 weeks, we'll be doing origin stories for each of the main Vault characters. So next week, again, like I said, it's going to be Ash. So tune in next week to find out her origin story. And then all the stuff we got going on this week, very exciting stuff. So again, thank you all for tuning in and being with us tonight. We will see you all later this week.
I'm sorry.